Hey there. Did you ever think the same person could be an engineer, a DJ, and a music therapist at the same time? Well, get ready. Join our conversation with Advait Danke when we talk about his professional and spiritual pursuits. Hello everyone, this is Arshit. Welcome to KYP. Let's start with the video.
Uh, Hello, Dwight. Welcome to KYP. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you, Arshit, for your special invitation.
Can you tell us something about your educational background and what you do now?
I'm working as a project director at Bodh Foundation and its sister company called as Wellness Vibe. You can say as professionally, but along with that, I'm active in various possible ways there is in the organization in terms of teaching Nad Yoga, Ayurveda, teaching the meditational aspect, what we teach in the Bodh Foundation towards the spiritual path, and especially through the specialization in sound and frequency aspect.
Okay. That's really nice to hear. How did you get into practicing yoga and music therapy, and what point did you feel that you could pursue this as a career?
I never even thought of working like this in such a beautiful environment, and that too in a spiritual non for profit organization. It was never in my to do list like this. Basically, I was
Mhm.
always dreaming of being a DJ, being a
Okay.
performing artist, and a musician, and I still am. So, right from my childhood, I was brought up in a spiritual environment. My mom was practicing her yoga. She followed some masters and she was imbibing her kind of culture, the spiritual culture. And apart from that, I was practicing the Indian classical vocals.
Okay.
I had been learning the classical vocals since my childhood,
Mhm.
and that actually helped me to create the inner spark for the likings towards the music, towards the vibrations, to change my perspective towards the life itself, to see the
Mhm.
life in terms of music aspect. And from that, part of me still stayed within, even though I was completing my normal education. That's what we do in India. After the 10th standard,
Right.
maybe we choose from science, commerce, or arts. I specifically chose science because since my childhood, with the music, I was very much into the technological aspect, the gaming. I love gaming, so
Mhm.
that's a part of my hobby as well. And that actually told me to do that. Let's explore the science, let's explore the computer aspect. Brought up in an Indian environment, my family always told me, नहीं एक backup तो होना चाहिए, you should have a backup,
Right.
right? So that is what I ended up doing in engineering. But even though in the engineering aspect, I was never satisfied while doing the academics. The inner, you can say the intuition, the heart was always telling me to follow my passion, was telling me to follow the music. So during that academics, I kept on composing music. I explored the aspect of DJing. I used to DJ around the cities. I used to go on tours.
Mhm.
But that also didn't give me the inner satisfaction. That also didn't give me the contentment that I was looking for. I knew that it has to be music, but still it was not giving me the peak of, you
Right.
can say, the happiness. And what literally happened was, at my third year engineering, I didn't appear for the final exams for that
Mhm.
particular semester. I skipped them, and I also stopped my DJing because as a DJ I was successful enough to even leave my engineering, to drop out of the
Mhm.
engineering. But that didn't happen. I chose not to do it. And during that aspect, I figured out that let us seek something else. Let us seek the purpose that I was actually longing for. And that purpose came to me in form of the Nad Yoga. That purpose landed up to find the silence within. And that's how I found my guru,
Okay.
Nad Yogi Vibhushri. And from that point of onwards, my life has not been the same.
that is really nice to hear how you've been able to transition from per se a technology field to not really something that every other person does. So that is a really nice thing to hear.
I always say this, that from being a DJ and staying up till the clubs at 3 a.m., now being towards the Nad Yoga side, helping people to enjoy the kirtan, the bhakti, the bhajans
Right.
from the 3 a.m., starting at the 3 a.m. So ending at 3 a.m., starting at 3 a.m. in temples. So
Wow.
you can say the music is still the same. In a way, the content has been shifted. The context is still
Right.
the same. It's about contributing in people's life through the music, through the sound. But now the content has been changed. Earlier it was the DJ console, but now these are the divine instruments through which the the DJing is still going on. But
Wow, that's really nice. So, if we talk about any particular skills, or could you point to something that if a person really has these skills, they can really make progress in this profession?
as the professional point of view or the profession point of view, being into the management side, so as a project director, that is the profession side. But for the seeking side, for the spiritual side, it's not even a profession. We cannot even
Mhm.
call being a yoga teacher or a meditation teacher or teaching Ayurveda as a profession. There are two parts here. First, as a senior management position, the skill points that each person should have is the compassionate based leadership.
Mhm.
The leader is one who guides people, and if we guide people through the compassion based values, through the emotional based values, that actually is the skill point. You being into the position where you can understand, you can communicate with people, you can manage them at by understanding each and every person's skill set, their talent, and their purpose. So many a times, what I have seen in corporate environment, that leading has been done by shutting off their intelligence, by shutting off their creativity, and by like telling them to do these things. But if
Right.
we let
Right.
their creativity, their freedom, their expression at their level, then many things can be opened up. But now coming to the point where you being into the shoes of a sound therapist, or like teaching the ancient practices, it's not even just like limited to yoga or the Ayurveda or the Vedic scriptures, but it's about you imbibing the culture of your nation itself or
Right.
your land itself. For an example, if you go back to any ancient civilizations, the natural methods are there. It's there in
Mhm.
the European regions, it's there in the African regions, it's there in the Japanese region itself. So every region has their heritage. And if a particular person has to really imbibe it, first it has to happen in their own life itself. The transformation has to happen in their life. They have to follow the certain things which has been given by the particular tradition. That is what we call as the Guru Sampradaya,
Mhm.
the Guru lineage. So every tradition has their set points, the guidelines, and that is what our ancient scriptures have been telling us to do. They have given us a certain guidelines, and if that guidelines come into our own life, any individual's life, the individual's consciousness, their behavioral pattern, their psychological patterns, their physiological pattern changes.
Right. So, as you mentioned here right now, since this is a very the most important thing is to be learning from a guru. So, would you really say there are any qualifications to be able to practice this particular profession? For example, we see many yoga teachers and many Ayurvedic practitioners. So, would you say there are any qualifications for this?
Now there are two answers here again. To be able into the marketplace, to enable oneself into the marketplace, yes, the qualifications are needed, but they are just for the marketplace.
Mhm.
If one has to really go deep within your own self, one has to touch the inner being. So if one has to touch that, then the qualification is not needed. The only qualification is needed to you be able to surrender towards the master. You being able to showcase the authenticity and the seekingship. In the ancient parampara, any shishya or any sadhak, unless and until the guru doesn't even tell that sadhak and the shishya, now you can teach this.
Right.
Till that point, the sadhak or shishya has no permission to even utter a word about it. So it takes a phenomenal level of patience, faith towards the guru. It takes a phenomenal level of sadhana to reach the point. But nowadays, what I have seen, people are just doing short-term courses and then they are taking up the certification, but that is absolutely wrong. If we talk about, just to give an analogy, maybe you can talk about the Gurukul system in the music lineage or the dance forms or the art forms in India. A particular student has to spend more than 12 years, 18 years, 24 years or more than 30 years in the Guru's place or in the Gurukul system to be able to fully grasp the Kala.
So, just in the end, one final question. Would you like to say something to our viewers?
Yes, follow your heart, because the heart knows better than your mind, because the mind has lots of drama. So always have the faith in your heart, because the heart is what we refer as the seat of the soul in the yogic traditions. So if you follow the heart, no matter if the worst decision that you will be taking, it is eventually it will end up into the bestest way in your life. So follow the heart and see where it leads you.
Awesome. So everyone, please check out the Bodh Marga Foundation website. They have some awesome workshops and they are totally free for the first time. All right, Advait. Thank you so much for doing this. Your input has been amazing. I'm pretty sure everyone, especially you coming from a technical background, doing something completely new, is an amazing story. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Arshit, and thank you for all the viewers and this channel itself, which is helping the youth or anyone who is taking better decisions in their career and in their entire profession. So thank you, Arshit, once again for inviting me.
Wow, that was amazing. So my main takeaway from this really is that it is okay to take time to figure out what it is that you really like. Please let me know in the comments below what your main takeaway was. Alright, please like, share and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.